Welcome back, folks, to more Better Than Wolves. I'm pretty sure I did not stop in this corner last time. I'm pretty sure I was in this corner. Oh well, that's world loading in Minecraft for you. We've got an awful lot of things to do, whole bunches of stuff, block dispensers, repeaters, turntables, everything you could imagine. Except for actually one thing we... Oh, nope, there's my slabs. Exactly what I need. And bricks. The goal is, as you might have been able to guess, what's been the goal all along? I probably should not have gotten rid of that, because I probably am going to need it. What I am going to need to do to properly do this is, for one, not take down all the lights, probably take this 2 back, and this is why mattocks are so lovely. Gather up all my wondrous materials, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do. Hey, I brought Adventure Buddy down here. Must have done that last time. Anyway, what I'm going to do... Right. What did this go to? Oh, right, that's for turning the turntable on and off. Which is exactly why I'm building this little shaft down here. And hopefully we don't run into anything nasty down here. Except for, obviously, some iron. Can never say no to iron. You just can't. Anyway, fill that up because we hopefully won't ever need that. And we're going to need some gearboxes. Yes. We're going to want one there. The answer is... these cannot run off of this, which was my initial thought, would be to just run it straight off of that. Well, we can't run it off of that, because that's an alternating power source, and we want to be able to control the specific power source. So instead, we're going this way with it, which this is a... is this the constant power source? I think... yes. That's a constant power source, which is exactly what we want. And then we want another gearbox there, and boom, and boom, and boom! Except for this here. There we go. And suddenly we have a constant power source, which is exactly what we want. Let's see, we don't want the ladder there, we want it there. That was actually a bit glitchy, I'm not gonna lie. That was a bit unusual. Anyway. Why am I doing that? Well, we have these turntables. What are these turntables going to do is a wonderful question. Take out a layer of stuff back here. This needs to be a single layer, and I need to pay attention. But it's all getting power, which is beautiful. Right, buddy? Anyway. We are going to need some access down here. What do I mean by access? Well, I'm going to need the ability to turn these on and off. And the question is, if I put redstone here and a torch there, does that turn it off? Yes, that does, which is exactly what I needed to do. Which is exactly, actually fairly problematic, you would think, for what we want to do, but I'll be the one to determine that. Anyway, back to what I was doing. We are going to actually need the redstone out here to do these. Because, now that's an eyesore, and I may not have enough physical room to do this in the way I want. Anyway, back to that block we had at the beginning, if I can remember how to do it. That's not working. There we go. And then we go boop. There we go. Yep, that is an RS NOR latch that is currently turned, the output is turned on. Which is exactly what we want to then turn that off. And that is when things are going to get complicated. Because we have a turntable set to setting 2 with a block on it. Where's just a standard cobblestone block? I also forgot about up there. And then a redstone. And this pulse needs to be carried over to a very specific timing circuit involving... Actually, that is the timing circuit. Silly me. That is the timing circuit. Doesn't need to be carried over at all. Actually, no, that's not even the timing circuit. We'll talk about the timing circuit. And yeah, I just heard the spider. No clue where they are. They're somewhere. Anyway, redstone. We need this to only be powered at once. So it needs to be right there. And come down into the... where is the block dispenser? Now, I don't know if I ever showed these off or not. Chances are not. But what happens with these things, what's nice about them? See that? Watch again. What's nice about that is because I'm going to take a bit of power from here and pop it to there. Not to there. Actually needs to be hooked onto over there. That's actually only slightly problematic, so I might have to move the entire block dispenser circuit over. Actually do have to. Not a big deal. Because if I attach it... yeah, because I can run it like that. Yeah, because I can run it like this and it's not going to hurt it, I think. Does not appear to. Which is exactly what I want, because it needs to actually touch down there. Which is actually still slightly problematic. There's always minor complications when you're dealing with a timing circuit such as this. Anyway, I think if I put the block dispenser there... and there... and we are back, and I figured it out. It's actually a much simpler than what I had thought. It's been a while since I've seen the Bartuzé video anyway, so yeah, it was a bit to be expected, actually. That will work. Two. And here comes the conductive block. And that shuts the circuit off. Which, while it looks like it's doing what it should do, this actually needs to be inverted. To where it does not function. Wow, I spent a lot of space trying to just get this to work properly. Built a whole conductive rail system, basically, that I'm not really going to need. But this is the basic idea. Wait. It stopped right on. That's not what it's supposed to do. We actually need a bit of a delay. 2, 3, 4. In order for it to suck up the block. One. 2. There we go. And I think that caused the entire system to work. Except for this bit here, actually. Because this is actually what we want to be inverted during that whole bit. Until it turns itself off. No, that's not right, because we do want it to be able to turn itself off. Because that's the off signal. Unless... Oh my, this is much more complicated than I thought. Because right now it's just working. And that's reset to work. That's turned off. Because we don't want this starting prematurely. Such as all the time. So if we push the button, that will start this off. Maybe I'm overthinking this. In fact, chances are I feel I'm overthinking this. That is normally the sign I am overthinking this. And I think I know why I think I'm overthinking this is because I'm overthinking this. Now the question is, why am I overthinking this? Well, there's an easy way to make sure this is not doing this. And that would be to invert this and just like that. Because actually what I even needed inverted. Yes, because I hit this. That starts it running. And then when the signal gets restored over here, that's gonna just turn it all off and stop it. That's it. My God, was that simpler than I thought. Okay. Now, I did notice we needed different types of conductive blocks. Non-conductive blocks, I mean. None of which I think I have available down here. Well, they're all available down here. It's just a question of whether or not I can get to them. Let's see, that's another type of non-conductive block. What's another kind? Because we already have stone slabs. We already have, oh no, cobblestone slabs. We have dirt slabs. We now have ornate bricks half slabs. Stone slabs. And I'm not sure, actually, if I have any others available. It's a pressure plate. So we don't have any glass blocks available. Well, we do actually have glass blocks. It stopped converting. I'm not actually sure why that is. I'm not actually sure if the Crucible is functioning as it should or not. There's been many major updates to Better Than Wolves, and I'm just not sure on some of them. So let's go fetch a glass block. One of the major updates, especially recently, has been the addition of what's called hardcore buoyancy. Hardcore buoyancy. Oh, do I have any regular glass? No, actually, I don't. Well, let me think. What would not conduct? Oh, wooden slab. That won't conduct. Wool slab. Well, we don't actually have anything to make those with. That's the problem. Anyway, wood slab. Wooden slabs. See, since slabs don't stack and there's just various kinds of wood now, we might be able to have enough of these, I hope. Planks. Okay, I think we're ready to go. And Geronimo! Anyway, I was talking about hardcore buoyancy. That means basically my hemp harvester I have up there is not functioning. It just cannot function. I'm also going to need a bit of clay. And my inventory looks horrible. Anyway, he said 5 types of conductive blocks. Non-conductive blocks to make it work. And I have 5 types of non-conductive blocks. And we can test this theory. I don't have my button. Now I have my button. We can test, like I said, this little theory of how many times this is actually rotating. Assuming I hooked it up everything right. As soon as it's done rotating, which it's not done rotating. 1 second, folks. This train wreck of an episode is brought to you by my life. 4. It should not be going for that long. And that just basically dissolved the entire thing. Which was, of course, not my intention. Okay, so the timing probably needed to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was apparently... because that'll go 1, that'll be crucible, crucible, planter, vase. That should be good. Let's check it. And this is the timing adjustment. Now that thing you saw at the end was added a long time ago. It's called a... see, it's not a molding, it's a, crap, I can't think of the name. I'll have to make one. And there we go. And that's an unfired soul urn. Now, what I need to do is actually hook up that bit of automation bit. Ow! Back up to where we need to be. Now, what I'm talking about is, of course, this piston. The idea is I need to somehow get it down without it crippling this last bit. And we've been going on for a good while. But trust me, folks, you're going to need to do this. This is actually one of the probably more annoying bits. Mainly because I actually have no good way to do this, do I? Not without breaking this out. Nope, not without breaking that out. That was part of the nicely designed room at one time. Anyway. setting up a 2-button press is actually easier. And I'm actually going to want to go a different way. Anyway, you set up a 2-button system in a very similar vein, in a very similar fashion. I'm gonna need to somehow connect all of this up to the little pulse at the end where it changes. At the end. Which means it needs to be connected to this bit over here. Yep. Magic, folks. The magic of redstone. Magic. Magic of 3D gigantic frickin' puzzles. Aren't they lovely? And now, obviously, we're going to want to attach another repeater just to make sure it actually makes its way over there. Actually, the entire going behind bit was entirely unnecessary, maybe. Yeah, you can set up some nice things in that. Let's see, that goes around. And if we set that to there, this will actually be the... I apparently removed... not that block. That block. Which makes this bit behind entirely necessary again. Because otherwise it's not going to work. Okay. And that's going to connect to that. Now, what I want to do is actually connect this on a huge delay and connect it to here. Now, why would I want to do that? Well, so I can... Actually, it doesn't even have to be a huge delay, it just has to be delay. Wow, I actually ran out of that bit of redstone. That was actually pretty surprising. Just needs to be a delay over here. And see, and if I stick in another there, that should theoretically cause the entire system to be fully automated for the production of soul urns. With any luck. Aside from, of course, loading it. Crucible. To planter. To vase. To soul urn. And that actually needed more of a delay. A much more significant delay, actually. Because, that was a bit too instantaneous. That was, way too instantaneous. Actually, it looked like it didn't go all the way. Some more... Oh, I hate to stick in those types of timers. Alright, that's not going to make any difference. It just didn't get to vase at that point. It didn't even get to urn that time. That's extremely annoying, because we had that bit working. More testing is required, as always. But that's the gist of it. More testing is always required. We'll see you guys next time. After I check to make sure this thing works fully. But that's the gist of it. We'll see you guys next time. Well, this is Stomping Llama, signing out.